Man, I told you things was going from bad to worse, but heck, look at this. I want you to see this picture right here, okay? Let me get this right here. Look at this picture right here. Look what it says. Look at that. Crisis next door. Mass exodus of desperate Venezuelans is overwhelming neighboring countries. Man, you know, what's taking place in the world today is the same thing that is taking place in Europe and all these other places, all these countries that are bankrupt. The people see that there's nothing going on, nothing they can do. There's no food. The government has failed them. Of course, the government is not responsible, and I keep saying it over and over again. The government is not responsible for your livelihood, even though some of you think that they are, but they're not. You are. And so here's the article right here just sent to me from Elder Mitchell. Listen to this. Calcutta, Colombia. Thousands of Venezuelans are pouring out of their crippled nation in one of the biggest migration crises in Latin American history, causing causing a growing alarm in the region, prompting neighboring countries to rush thousands of soldiers to the border. Now, what is going on? You would think that, okay, this country will be benevolent and want to bring somebody in. No, because each man is for himself. Each country is for themselves. Anytime you allow this type of flood of refugees into a country, it taxes the system and it takes away from the citizens that are already there. And that's the reason why people are fighting so hard to keep other people out of their countries. Because when you go to other countries, not only do you tax the system, but you import your culture that they don't want. You import your religion that they don't want. There's a whole host of things that is important that other countries don't want. But as it goes on, the massive scale of the exodus is being compared to the flow of Syrians into Western Europe in 2015. And just as in that crisis, countries overwhelmed by the flood of new arrivals are beginning to bar their doors. This is a humanitarian crisis, says Willington Munoz Sierra, regional director at the International Migration Network, a Catholic charity running a shelter in this border city, where desperate Venezuelans are now living in parks and cheap motels or sleeping on sidewalks. In Venezuela, children are dying. People are starving and being persecuted. And listen to this. Listen to this. This is where Pastor Dowell commentary come in. You see, I know that we can't never, ever imagine that something like this is going to take place here in the United States of America. But just like Rome was an empire, and it started falling because of decadence, moral decay, spiritual bankruptcy, morals and values just literally tanked off the chain. Whenever you have that type of social decline, it's already a prelude to let you know, to tell you that that is the direction that we're going, no matter how bad that they try to, and no matter how far they try to punt or kick the can down the street. We sat here and watched for years as Venezuela tanks. We watched this. And of course, what takes place? Well, you have so many people, like here in America, over 330 million people. There's no way, we don't have enough police to police the people. So people start resorting to looting, killing, murdering, robbing, raping, sodomizing, stealing. They go back to the animalistic nature of survival. That's why people like me, pastors who really truly care about you, try to tell you straight up that in the Bible, if you have to defend your home front, you have not broken the commandment that says that thou shalt not kill. The commandment really should be saying, the proper translation is you shall do no murder. But if you're defending your home front, you're not murdering anyone. You are legal and lawful scripturally and biblically. And you have to protect yourself. See, what are you going to do even in your own area? That's the reason why I take it out of cities, because have you not seen what takes place whenever there is just the terror warning of a natural disaster like a hurricane getting ready to take place. Have you never not seen people do this drill over and over and over again, where all the gas is sucked up and everybody's trying to now get out? But boy, they're going to clutch that city life and they're living. They're going to stay there as long as they can, huh? And then once you get out of there, where you going to go? Because if you think that natural family is ready to receive you, and then you're going to tax their system and eat up all their food, and you're going to think they're responsible for you simply because you're relatives, you got another thing coming. Because when it comes to them and their family and bringing you in, even though you're a distant relative, they're going to put your butt out on the street. It is the ultimate selfishness, the heightened sense of selfishness, for you to not be responsible for yourself. And then to expect someone else to take on that responsibility as if they owe you, that is the heightened sense of selfishness. And you deserve exactly what you get when it comes to your dough. People are starving. People are being persecuted. What they're getting from us is a door in the face. Nowhere in the crisis more accurate than here in Colombia, where 3,000 troops are fanning out across a 1,400-mile border to contain an influx of Venezuelans fleeing a collapsing economy and an increasingly repressive socialist regime. Roughly 250,000 Venezuelan migrants have surged into Colombia since August, with 3,000 a day still arriving. The sheer numbers have led to a backlash in the Colombian cities and towns, prompting a national, look at this, government last month to suspend the insurance of temporary visas for Venezuelans. Colombia's authorities are now launching operations in which dozens of Venezuelans are captured and expelled. Let's go. This Major Z barked into the walkie-talkie one recent afternoon, jumping out of a police truck in the city of 650,000 simultaneously. Dozens of Colombian officers and migration officers poured out of the vehicles and stormed the park, sending panic Venezuelans scattering. And mind you, and all they're trying to do is live. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the terror, the stream of terror, the fear that comes up on people who refuse to prepare? Maybe because they don't have people like us here in America that always warn people to prepare. One slight young woman in a black tank top and denim shorts didn't move fast enough. What's your name? The officer demanded. Andy, she said, quaking. Papers, insisted the officer. Oh, show me your papers. What is your papers? Sound like we're in Germany. Oh, God. Hey, are we going to start goose stepping? God, I don't have any. Where are you from? Venezuela. She says, near tears. Please, I can't go back. You think that they care about that? Man, these people are starving. Look at all these pictures. I'm going to include the picture right here so you can see it. This is bad. This is bad. I cannot feed my children. Oh. Anyway, it's a long article. Well, boy, you ought to see this. Man, it's a pretty good article, too. I'll tell you what. I'm not going to spoil it for you. If you're really, truly interested, you want to prepare your heart and mind, I include the article in this video right here, but you're going to have to do your own due diligence to prepare your own heart, your own mind, your own soul, and your own spirit. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. And please, I'm not trying to be pessimistic. Warning always comes before destruction. And it's the people that warn you. I understand the American spirit. It never happened to me. Therefore, it can't happen. I know the normalcy bias. Believe me, I get it. I know how dumb, dormant, docile, demoralized, and stupid we are as Americans. I know. Oh, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Man. How can you wake Americans up? How do you do it? How? Anybody got any better ideas?